Naughty Dog. That name should be to you synonymous with one of the best game developing companies, best AAA game developing companies that we have on the market today, and the name that should be synonymous with incredible experiences that birthed many years, many types of gamers all around the world for many different times. It shaped me, my childhood, my teen years, and now they're definitely shaping me into adulthood. But here's the problem. Unlike those children and teen years that they shaped me in adulthood, I can only remember it only in a negative context that they've presented themselves in these past couple of years, since I don't know, since 2016 I would say, but don't 100% quote me on that. Naughty Dog has created one of my best gaming experiences and my favorite video game franchise of all time, Crash Bandicoot. Then they created a spin-off with Crash Team Racing, then they created Jak and Daxter, then one of the best action-adventure series of the Uncharted franchise, and of course one of, if not the best survival horror zombie video game out there with The Last of Us. The Last of Us should be just a testament in itself how to build incredible character work, incredible world building, all in just one product. And yes, I also include The Last of Us Left Behind DLC, which is also serves as a great introduction to Ellie and her little world. Well, if we say that the first game completely focuses on Joel and Ellie, the Left Behind DLC is definitely her story to tell. We can understand where she come from and who Ellie truly is, just like we will learn where Joel and who he is came from. I will always be grateful for Naughty Dog. Let me just put that in the perspective for you right now. This is the first part of this video. I'm gonna talk about everything that Naughty Dog did right, so we can get into the thing that they did wrong. So without further ado, let's get into it. Naughty Dog has created one of the best video games out there. The Last of Us Left Behind, the Uncharted franchise, and the Crash Bandicoot franchise. And every time I hear their name and they're being in charge of a project, I know right and then and there, it's just gonna be pure quality. I'm gonna enjoy every second of it, and there's nothing to complain about. And it's always been like that. Every new Uncharted game released, every new Crash Bandicoot game, which people still consider out of so many Crash Bandicoot games that are released in that franchise, people will always hold the trilogy and Crash Team Racing, which was developed by Naughty Dog, at the top. It will always be at the top. Like in my tier lists and my rankings, Crash Bandicoot games, a Naughty Dog Crash Bandicoot game is always at the top. Same can be said. What are some of the best action adventure exploration games? Uncharted. What is one of the best survival horror games? The Last of Us. And not just one of the best survival horror games, but just look into a world where monsters take over the world, but we also see the human side element, and we explore that human side element, and that's what made The Last of Us magical and different compared to all of its other survival horror zombies counterparts. It focused on the story, it focused on incredible world building, it focused on incredible character development. There was no agendas to be found, there was no SJW pandering to be found. Ellie was a lesbian, they weren't pandering about that. They kept it as it always should be, a natural progression in humanity, figuring out who you are, what are your likings. But now it's all just devolved into, well, what can I simply put it, is we have a term for it. It's called SJW pandering. But before we get into that SJW pandering, I want to talk about The Last of Us a bit more in detail. So, we follow the story of two characters of Joel and Ellie, well, through 98% of the game. At first they don't know each other before they actually meet. And Joel is this reluctant hero type person. He's not even a hero, he's just a human trying to survive in this environment. He'll do anything legal, and as we learned, very much illegal things to get more rations, to get more money, to survive in this post-apocalyptic universe with his partner Tess. Even that includes what they at first thought was smuggling a kid through the United States to post-apocalyptic United States. But what Joel didn't anticipate is that he would love someone again, like he loved his daughter that passed away during the outbreak. Now, none of that has screamed, for example, and Ellie is just a person who's trying to survive. This child who was born, he was raised, who considers living in a post-apocalyptic universe normal, where this person didn't experience like going to parties, going to a concert, etc., and etc., hanging out with her friends. She does experience that, yes, but like not in the way that every child at that age, because she's 14, should experience, unfortunately. And they made her a lesbian. They hinted at the original game, and they finally explored it in the Left Behind DLC. And the way that Naughty Dog put that in, the way they made that natural, they made that work, I was excited. Because apparently right now in today's politics, identity politics, you can only be on two different sides completely. You cannot be in the middle. You have to be either a leftist SJW lunatic who are pretty much equal to crying babies because they keep screaming crying when they don't get their way, and they will try to force their way into literally everything. And for some reason, like a lot of parents that make spoiled children, we cave in and we put it in everywhere that we can, and we fall for their demands. But also we have the rightist side, which is no better either, because those people are just pure racists and literally don't want anything except white supremacy and stuff, and those definitely just don't deserve anything. But like, unlike there was crying children on the SJW leftist side, over here we have these old people that are always like, if you like, it's like when you go to your grandma's house and if you just touch one thing off the shelf, she's like yells at you, "Oh, don't touch that, put that back, don't you dare even move that a centimeter, it will be different, and we don't want different." Always good to stay in the middle. And that's bring us into part 2.
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today
Naughty Dog isn't in the middle. Naughty Dog went completely left and went full SJW identity politics on all of their products. Uncharted Lost Legacy, it was a great story. I will cherish that DLC, a great standalone DLC. If you don't have money to buy Uncharted 4: A Thief's Son, definitely play the DLC, or if you have both, enjoy both. And they never even hinted at the fact that the main characters were like in a lesbian relationship in that one, but then they started posting things on Instagram and Twitter and marketing that way as they were. There was no reason for Naughty Dog to do so many things. At first I thought, oh, I'll think nothing of it at first, but then they kept pushing it and retweeting and sharing, which really made me think, okay, are they really gonna go down the politics rabbit hole? Because they've stayed pretty well away from it. Then of course we had Neil Druckmann, the vice president of Naughty Dog, literally going out of his way to promote one of the worst people in the gaming industry, which is Anita Sarkeesian, and just her name alone I know will annoy a lot of you who are currently sitting here and watching this video. That person has been nothing but synonymous with complete negativity, complete victimization of herself, and complete attacks on the gaming industry, the game developers, and of course us gamers who are just sitting here at home paying our $60 to enjoy these incredible AAA gaming experiences that we can get. But here we are, we're being we are literally being judged for speaking with our dollar and for speaking our opinions. Naughty Dog has completely went down the shit. They started taking down videos for people who are just giving their opinions on The Last of Us Part 2. Now thank God I didn't get struck. My video is of The Last of Us Part 2, which thank you all for support, by the way, is still up. That means a lot to me. And again, thank you a lot for the support, thank you a lot in the comment section. I'm trying to engage with everyone there. And I've never found this type of success on YouTube before. And but also this is my last video on Naughty Dog and The Last of Us saga. And now Last of Us Part 2 has just nothing but confirmed all of my suspicions. When they revealed the gameplay, and with that first part of the game was Ellie with that girl, I forgot her name, and they have that lesbian kiss. At the moment, again, I thought none of it. Oh, that's cool character progression. Oh, she found someone she liked, they're gonna date. Oh, that's awesome. But only for me to then find when Naughty Dog after that, they showed off this incredible gameplay, these incredible graphics, the more story that we're gonna explore. The lack of Joel was very interesting, and now we know why. But in reality, on Twitter and Instagram, they were just promoting the Kiss like it was the only thing they showcased at that E3 gameplay demo thing. Which was very disappointing to me, because that gameplay and that should really get me focused, because that's the main part of gaming. The gameplay, the mechanics, the innovation that you made from the previous game, the improvements, the optimization, the graphics, etc, etc. Even though it's a console game, all those things still apply like it was a PC game. In my own personal opinion, we should hold people to those standards all the time. But no, and yes, story is a big part of it, but again, a game with a incredible gameplay but a shit story can still be awesome, like Doom, for example, probably one of the best and one of the influential first-person shooters of all time. Literally jack shit of story, but gameplay and just innovations that they bring in, and the mechanics, it's a masterpiece. The Last of Us can work doing that way, and from what I've saw, the game looks incredible, it's gonna run incredible. It's gonna have great mechanics, just like the first game, and plus more innovation, bringing a couple of new features, which is pretty cool. And the story might suck, yes, but I have no doubt, besides the story, that Naughty Dog is gonna deliver experience that it's worth experiencing. I'm retelling that thing that I said back in the part 1. So, Naughty Dog has completely went to the SJW leftist politics route, from supporting Anita Sarkeesian and her insane demands and her insane opinions, even though that person, if you do just one Google search in history on her, you'll know that she was never a gamer. Before she saw financial benefit or anything like that in the gaming industry, she would have never come here anyway, so she's not a true gamer. And then this political spectrum where you can be either a leftist or a rightist, and you can never be down the middle with these people. I will support that Ellie's a lesbian. I will support that random trans person being trans person in Abby, even though it doesn't make any sense, and she's a literal character walking plot hole, especially in the universe that The Last of Us established. But like, if you force it down my throat, and if you force it and you just do it, you treat those people like they're a checklist, which in my opinion is disrespectful to them, first of all, so you're not above everyone else. And Neil Druckmann all posting on Instagram and Twitter like, oh, if you're a homophobe, don't support our shit. Literally nobody's a homophobe. Most likely the people that you're accusing are homophobes. They're definitely most likely not homophobes. They don't want SJW pandering where it doesn't belong. And the Naughty Dog has really devolved into that. I mean, there's those people in that studio are pretty most likely talented. Hell, they way better in life than I am right now. And I know they're gonna be capable of delivering one of the best experiences in gaming history. And those people are great, and I can't wait to see what their future is. But right now, I just can't support it. Even though I will buy The Last of Us Part 2. I will play the game from beginning to the end, and I will most likely share my thoughts on here. So be sure to subscribe and ding dong that bell so you'll be notified when I upload a brand new video, so you'll can see those opinions. I'm sorry what happened to Naughty Dog, and a lot of people came and a lot of people left throughout all these years at Naughty Dog. But now it's just SJW pandering. It's not about giving you the best gaming experience for a gamer for those $60 with the gameplay mechanics because first and foremost it's about the pandering. That's all I have to say. And that presentation that Neil Druckmann did in 2013, and one of the main reasons that Ellie was the way she was in The Last of Us was because all the female protagonists were presented as these sexy things, and even though half of those characters they presented are pretty awesome, in-depth characters with development, just like Ellie is, and them being attractive is just like the most superficial way to look at those characters that have been built up to so many years. For example, Lara Croft, she's an awesome character, and I don't see how being her attractive is a issue, because a lot of players will see them as attractive as a needy thing, but like the same characters you've mentioned also had development, also had character growth, and etc and etc. So that's not all there is to them. I guess Neil Druckmann really missed those points and just listens to whatever Anita Sarkeesian is telling him to say. And that's also apparently the rumors that she also helped write The Last of Us Part 2, which no thank you. I'll buy the game, but if that's true, I'm just gonna ignore the story. I'll just I'll just enjoy the gameplay. That's what I'm gonna say. So thank you all so much for enjoying this video. If you did, leave a like, share this video with your friends, family, or your dog. Subscribe to join the Zombies Internet Army and turn on notifications so you'll know when I upload a brand new video to the channel. Follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Link in the description below this video. Thank you all so much. See you in the next video and bye!